The backyard gate lay splintered on the grass like a bad joke. The sliding glass door exploded into 1,000 glittering shards that screamed, "Overkill." My wife, Sophia, clutched her bruised arm, staggering to her feet with the kind of quiet fury that could level mountains, while this so-called enforcement officer, a bloated bully in a knockoff uniform, spun around to face me, his fake badge glinting like fool's gold. I had my old Mossberg 500 pump-action shotgun aimed square at his gut, finger disciplined off the trigger, Texas law whispering in my ear that I could end this farce right here, and oh, how tempting it was not to. But let's rewind this nightmare reel, folks, because this didn't explode out of nowhere. 3 weeks earlier, in the manicured hell of Willow Creek Meadows, a gated slice of suburban America where the air smelled of fresh-cut lawns and simmering resentment, life still pretended to be normal. Sophia and I had poured our savings into this place after my stint in the Marines and her grind as an ER nurse in Dallas. We were chasing that elusive American dream, a quiet cul-de-sac, space for barbecues, maybe kids someday. That crisp autumn morning, we sipped coffee on the porch, the sun painting everything golden, and I thought, damn, we finally nailed it. Boxes unpacked, walls freshly painted in that trendy gray that screams, adulting. I kissed her goodbye and headed to my gig at a cybersecurity firm downtown, oblivious to the black sedan lurking by the entrance gate, its security decal peeling like old skin. Sophia called me at lunch, her voice a tight wire. "This guy's at the door, acting like he owns the place," she said. Turns out, this wannabe cop, let's call him Barry Klein, because names like that fit petty tyrants, had knocked, clipboard in hand, demanding to know why our recycling bin was visible from the street. "It's against HOA aesthetic guidelines," he intoned, like he was quoting scripture. Sophia, ever the polite one, explained it was trash day, and anyway, our bin was tucked neatly by the garage. But Barry leaned in, his breath fogging the screen door, eyes narrowing. "I'll be noting this infraction, ma'am. We maintain standards here." He lingered, staring like she was a specimen under glass, before sauntering off. She laughed it off over the phone, but I caught the unease. "His uniform looks real, but something's off. Like he's playing dress-up." I filed it away, but that night, I Googled Willow Creek HOA. Buried in forums were whispers, overzealous enforcement, fines for nonsense, and a board president named Karen Whitaker who ruled like a queen bee in pearls. Next day, I bumped into our neighbor, Tom Reyes, a grizzled ex-cop himself, watering his roses. He eyed me over his bifocals. "New here? Watch out for Barry. Guy's a loose cannon. Fired from Fort Worth PD for roughing up a suspect. Female. No less. Now he's Karen's pet enforcer." Tom leaned in, voice dropping. "She's the HOA prez. Been in charge for years. Her husband's company handles all the security contracts. Cozy." "Ha!" I nodded, but inside, alarms blared. That afternoon, I added extra cams, front, back, sides. Marine habit. Document the battlefield before the shots fly. The emails started trickling in, each one a masterpiece of bureaucratic absurdity. First, vehicle parked at an angle not conducive to neighborhood harmony. Fine, $125. My truck was straight as an arrow in our driveway. Sophia rolled her eyes. "Harmony? Who measures that with a protractor?" But we paid it, figuring it was easier. Then came the zinger. Unauthorized flora in front yard. Wildflowers attracting undesirable insects. Fine, $200. Those were Sophia's daisies, planted in memory of her mom. Undesirable insects? She snorted. Like bees? The things that keep the planet alive. We laughed, but it stung. Whispers spread, neighbors murmuring we were troublemakers. Not fitting in, Karen Whitaker's doing. No doubt. She was the type. All smiles at block parties, but her emails dripped with passive-aggressive venom. Dear residents, let's all strive for excellence in our shared paradise. Paradise? More like a pressure cooker with manicured hedges. I stayed cool, gathering intel. Checked Texas DPS records. No license for Barry or his company. Fake as a $3 bill. Sophia wanted to confront them, but I held her back. Let them dig their hole deeper. We're playing chess, not checkers. She nodded, but I saw the toll. She started double-checking locks, peeking out windows. One evening, over dinner, she said, I feel like we're being watched. That sedan cruises by too often. Sure enough, cam footage showed Barry's car looping our block, slow rolls at dawn, idles at dusk. Community patrol, he'd call it. Stalking, I'd say. The absurdity ramped up. A notice for excessive porch lighting. Our single bulb. Fine, $150. Then, audible pet noise disturbing tranquility. Our cat meowing inside. Tranquility, Sophia mocked, mimicking Karen's prim tone. Oh, heavens, a feline vocalization. The horror. We chuckled through gritted teeth. But the fines piled. $625 total. Neighbors avoided us now, thanks to Karen's rumor mill. Heard their slobs. Ignoring rules, one whispered at the mailbox. I bit my tongue, noting names, building my dossier. Barry showed up unannounced one Saturday, pounding the door while I mowed. Need to inspect your backyard for compliance, Sophia answered. Firm. No warrant. No entry. He puffed up. HOA bylaws grant me access. She crossed her arms. Show me the clause. He stammered. It's implied. She shut the door in his face. Implied my ass, she muttered later. We high-fived, but his parting glare promised payback. Tensions simmered like Texas asphalt in July. Barry's drive-bys hit double digits daily. Cams caught him snapping photos through our fence. Sophia's air shifts left her home alone afternoons. She'd text me, he's out there again. I filed complaints to the board. Karen's canned reply, Mr. Klein is a valued asset ensuring our community's pristine order. Perhaps reflect on your contributions. Pristine order? More like iron-fisted nonsense. Tom filled me in. Karen's hubby, Phil, owned the security firm. $12K monthly from HOA dues, funneled straight to their pockets. Conflicts galore. She's terrified of losing control, Tom said. Runs the board like a cult. Dismisses complaints. 6 Barry on dissenters. Sure enough, after my email, our mailbox got vandalized, keyed with comply scratched in. No proof, but Barry's smirk on cam said it all. I lawyered up quietly, met Rachel Gomez, HOA Shark in Dallas. She reviewed my files, whistled. Classic abuse, unlicensed enforcement, harassment. We can bury them. She fired off a cease and desist. No more contact, or face suits. Karen's response? A board email blast. Certain residents challenge our harmonious guidelines. Rest assured, Order prevails. Harmonious, the irony burned. Barry parked brazenly out front next day, engine rumbling like a threat. Sophia called, voice steady but edged. He's just sitting there, staring. I dialed the sheriff's non-emergency. Deputy Mike Lawson rolled up, chatted with Barry, who slimed his way out. Routine patrol. Officer. Lawson later told me off record. Guy's a has-been with delusions. We've had calls, but nothing sticks, yet. He reminded me of castle doctrine. Defend your castle if invaded. But build that paper trail, he warned. Rachel's PI unearthed gold. Karen knew Barry's rap sheet, signed off on it, calling his firm hand an asset in emails. Phil's firm? A shell. $144K yearly kickbacks to Karen via consulting fees. Complaints buried. A widow harassed till she moved. A family fined into silence. I visited one victim, elderly Mrs. Lena Ortiz. She trembled recounting Barry's inspections. Him barging in, rifling drawers. Karen called me hysterical, she whispered. Said I was disrupting unity. Unity, code for shut up or suffer. The pot boiled over when Barry ignored the cease and desist, slapping us with a final warning for defamatory communications. Our complaints. Fine, $500. Sophia fumed. Defamatory? Truth hurts. Ha! We skipped the board meeting invite smelled trap. Instead, I rallied allies. Tom, Lena, others whispered horrors. Karen's emails. Handle the troublemakers discreetly. Discreetly? Like vandalism? We plotted exposure. Then, the break-in. I was at work. Sophia home nursing a migraine. Barry pounded the door. Open up. Violation inspection. She yelled back, leave or I'm calling cops. He rammed the gate. Crash. Then shattered the glass door. Sophia bolted, but he grabbed her, snarling, you think you're above rules? Karen said make you comply. She fought, elbowing his gut. He slammed her down, twisting her wrist. Crack. Pain exploded, but she screamed bloody murder. Neighbors peeked. One dialed 911. I raced home to chaos. Gate down. Glass everywhere. Sophia on the grass. Barry whirling as I burst in. Shotgun racked. Step away, I barked. He froze. Hands up. But sneered. HOA authority. Bullshit. I cut him off. You're trespassing. Assaulting. One move. And Texas says I paint the yard red. He blustered. Karen approved this. Oh. The slip, the golden admission. Deputies swarmed. Barry cuffed, babbling excuses. Sophia to ER. Fractured wrist. Bruises. I handed over cams. Files irrefutable. The HOA emergency meeting? Fireworks. Karen presided, pearl clutching. This is a misunderstanding. Mr. Klein was enforcing vital standards. I stood, projector ready. Misunderstanding? He broke in. Attacked my wife on your orders. Slides flipped. Buried complaints. Fake licenses. Kickbacks. Gasps rippled. You've pocketed $1.2 million while terrorizing us. Karen stammered. Lies. We're guardians of order. Tom chimed. Order? You keyed my car. Lena, you ignored my pleas. Others piled on. Daughters intimidated. Homes invaded. Karen's facade cracked. We maintain excellence. But the vote came, board ousted. 42-3. She wailed procedural nonsense. Rachel quoted bylaws. Done. Deputies noted finances. Fraud probe launched. Grand jury hit fast. Phil flipped first. Emails proving Karen's directives. Whatever it takes to silence them. Bonus for running us out. Barry pled guilty. Assault. Burglary, 10 years. Karen, fraud. Conspiracy, 7 years. $900,000 restitution. Phil, probation. Barred from business. Civil suit netted $1.4 million. Hours. $550,000 for bills. Therapy. Upgrades. Others shared. No erase button on trauma. But vindication. Sweet. 6 months on. Willow Creek breathed freer. Lena led the new board. Transparent. No enforcers. Sophia's garden bloomed where glass once shattered. Symbolic. Yeah. She started a support group for HOA victims. Turning pain to purpose. Me, Cam stayed. But paranoia faded. We sat on the porch. Sun setting. Her hand in mine. Regret moving here? She asked. Nah. Exposed the rot. Built something better. Laughter echoed from kids down the street. Real community. Not Karen's farce. But tell me, folks, was Barry the real villain? Or was it Karen pulling strings from her throne of petty power? True or false? In HOA hell, the president is always the biggest Karen. Drop your thoughts below. Did justice truly prevail? Or is the system still rigged?